Howdy friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Today is going to be another Get Ready With Me. So I'm going to show you the products that I picked out for this one. Usually in my Get Ready With Me's I pick a few new products. I still have quite a few new ones that I haven't even tried yet. So the first one is going to be this Milani Conceal and Perfect Powder. I'm hoping this is the right shade. It's the lightest one, so as long as it doesn't oxidize, it should be okay. And then I think I've already tried this, but I'm going to use it one more time because I want to do a more neutral look today. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Chipotle palette. And then for lips, I might regret this, but I'm going to use the Milani Bordeaux Color Statement Lip Liner and then the KVD Hollyhock Vinyl Liquid Lipstick, whatever these are called. The EXO Vinyl Lip Cream. I think these colors will go good together. I have another red one of these that's a little bit different, but I think it matches this lip liner better, so we'll see. And I also think I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define foundation and concealer again, because I've only tried it once, so I want to try it one more time. I've not been posting much, well, any at all really in the past several weeks on this channel or my makeup Instagram, just because of everything else that's going on, and I'm on new medication, which has kind of thrown me for a loop. I talked a bit about my diagnosis and everything in previous Get Ready With Me's, but I've fairly recently, like maybe 2 weeks ago, I started medication for ADHD, and it's kind of kicking my butt. Like, I think I've figured out how to make it work, but it's taken me 2 weeks, so I haven't really done much in 2 weeks. This makeup brush, by the way, this was a free gift in my last e.l.f. order. It was the e.l.f. Nabella Noor collection collab. I didn't even know they did one. I think I follow Nabella on Instagram, but this is a really good foundation brush. And because of the medicine, I'm pretty sure because of the medicine and just being like anxious about it, I have problems with like picking my skin. I've had that since I was a teenager. Like, I started getting acne and then I just immediately started, touching my face, and I just could not. It's carried with me through adulthood. So that's why I just hit my elbow on the table. That's why my face was pretty red, because I've been picking at it, and I'm trying to not, but I also, I cut my nails down to the nubs, and that makes it even worse because I can just, So it's Plastic-Free July, and I'm trying not to use my glue-on nails. I love them so much, but I'm trying not to use them this month, just because of like the single-use plastic thing. They're not technically single-use, but still. But those, and in conjunction with makeup, really helped me to not do that. That's why I stuck with wearing makeup in, like, even when it didn't match me. Like, when I was in middle school and like early high school, there was no foundation to match me, like, anywhere. But I still wore it because it would keep me from picking my face. So, because, like, I didn't want to get the makeup on my fingers, and I didn't want to, like, have a, my face is orange, and didn't want to have, like, a white streaks on it where I picked at it. So, it helped a lot to not do that. Then also the nails help as well, because it's like it's almost like I'm trying to explain it, like, it's almost like a barrier to being able to pick my face, because I will feel the nails and then I'm like, oh, I shouldn't do that, and then I stop. And I've heard other people who have that problem say that it helps them as well to have like fake nails or shellac or something. Even though I'm pretty sure shellac isn't vegan, but I could be wrong. So the problem with the medicine that I've been running into that I think I've figured out how to fix, it helps me to focus, but that the lack of focus is not the only symptom of ADHD, so it doesn't help any of the other ones, which contribute to the lack of focus. Just a warning, I guess. I know a lot of you guys, like, if you have commented on my videos or maybe be feeling the same way, like you might have ADHD, just a warning, like, getting a diagnosis and getting medication is not going to fix it. It's not like taking an antibiotic or something. Like, it doesn't just go away when you take the medicine. Like, you still have to deal with it even while the medicine is active. I'm going to try this new powder. Yeah, I do need it. I really like that Makeup Revolution foundation. It doesn't completely dry down. I'm gonna go light with this powder because it says buildable coverage, so I'm thinking that it's also tinted. It's not like a translucent. I mean, I can't really tell that big of a difference, so it should be fine. This only has like 5 shades. Usually, like, if there's only 5 shades, the lightest one is too dark. But anyways, back to the medicine. So if you're curious, I am taking Vyvanse. I was offered 2 different ones, like my doctor, well, 3 different ones. So my doctor was like, well, you can get Adderall. That was, is YouTube gonna like ban this video because I'm saying medicine names? But there's Adderall, like normal, which only lasts like 4 hours. And then there's an extended release one, which lasts like 8 hours. And that's the one, my brother takes that one, and my mom takes Vyvanse. So I was like, well, either one probably would work. And then he said that, he suggested that Vyvanse would last like 8 to 10 hours. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll try that one. If my insurance approves it, which thankfully it did. Like, I am in shock because Vyvanse usually costs like hundreds of dollars per month. And I have a friend who takes Adderall. Her insurance would not approve Vyvanse until she tried Adderall first. So, but the first day I took it, oh, I was like, I kind of felt drunk almost, or like, I don't know. See, the problem, one of the symptoms, I suppose, like a characteristic of autism is interoception issues, which basically means that like it's hard to describe or to recognize like things that are happening within your body, like where pain is coming from, if you're even having pain at all, or what things feel like. So this particular feeling I also get when I take like certain kinds of cold medication. So that's what I related it to, and kind of the same way that I feel if I've had alcohol. So that's why I'm saying I feel like I'm drunk, and other people may not feel that. And it just, also the reason why I would say that is it slows you down, like your brain. Not necessarily like your body, but like your brain slows down. It kind of feels like if you've had alcohol and your mouth feels like it won't move as fast as you want it to. That's what it feels like. But for the first 2 days at least that I took it, I was like, okay, this can wear off anytime now. I want to go to bed. It lasted for 14 hours. At least, like maybe 15 or 16. Because I don't remember how long I laid in bed before I actually fell asleep. But like, you cannot, I've heard people say that they take naps when they take ADHD medication. I'm like, what? Like maybe they don't take the stimulant kind, because there's a non-stimulant kind as well. But yeah, definitely no napping. It's not that like I'm hyper or anything, it's just like I am alert. Like I've never been this alert in my life. Problem with it, after I got used to that and I figured out when to take it, because they don't really specify like if you're supposed to take it with or without food, like they just kind of say whenever. But I found like the first few times I took it before I ate. Bad mistake, because it hit me like a train. But now I've taken it after, like immediately after I after my last bite of my breakfast, then I take it, which like kind of eases it out a little bit. Like it's not so harsh. What was I just talking about? I think I was talking about food. Yeah, okay. But the issue, like the main issue I think that I've ran into with it, actually there's a few. Another problem with ADHD is executive dysfunction. So basically like normal people without ADHD or like another kind of neurodivergency have like your brain just naturally develops executive function like when you're a child, but people with ADHD not so much. And it's also a trait of autism. And I feel so bad because there's like under the neurodivergency umbrella there's like ADHD, autism, and then one more, and I can never remember the name of what that one's called because it's more rare. But basically, I think I might have explained it before, I don't know, but if you're new, executive function is like how your brain decides what you're going to do, if that makes sense. Because like if you've ever been around children, or if you have children, or you know, if you tell them to like clean your room or do your chores, they're going to be like, because they don't know where to start. that's the same with like people with you know, executive dysfunction. Only it's not just with cleaning your room or, you know, doing stuff like that. It's like everything from like basic hygiene to like making food or even like at your job. ADHD is not just, oh haha, you can't pay attention. It's a lot more than that. So my problem with it has been, I'll take it and then I will just spend the entire day like on TikTok or doing something completely unrelated to what I'm supposed to be doing, and I don't care. Like, I don't know how to, it's really hard to explain, but on a normal day, like before I started taking it, my brain would be going like 1,000 miles an hour. Like, I gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do this, gotta do that, this is due on this day, and I've gotta get these orders out, and da 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 da, I have to do all these things, but now it's just nothing. And I just don't do anything because it doesn't seem to bother me. And it impacted my work for a little while there, because I had orders to get out. Like, if you didn't know, I have an Etsy shop and I had orders and things to do, and I just didn't care, and a couple of them were late. And that's why I'm glad, like, I used to have my shipping time, like the time it takes for me to ship, like in 1 day. Now I have it like 1 to 3 days in case I do something like that. Okay, it has helped a tiny bit, I think, with executive function, but not as much as I would hope. Like, only a few things it's helped with. So I think the first day I took it, I did my makeup and I noticed that my foundation brushes need to be washed. So after I did my makeup, I went and washed them. I would never do that on a normal day. And then one day I just swept the kitchen because it was bothering me that like I was stepping on crumbs and stuff. And I just went and swept the kitchen. Like, I was like, who am I? And that probably seems like so dumb or like trivial to somebody who doesn't have problems with it. Like, of course you're supposed to sweep the kitchen. Like, so I made like a funny TikTok about how I can focus on my phone all day now instead of like getting distracted by work. So somebody commented and was like, yeah, I learned also on TikTok that you should plan your day before you take the medicine. So I was like, aha, that's a genius idea. So I tried it yesterday, I think maybe the day before. No, yesterday was Monday, and I didn't take it Saturday and Sunday. So yesterday I tried, like as soon as I took it, I went upstairs and like read my planner, what I had to do, and then like put it in my head that, okay, I need to do this, this, and this, I need to do this, this, and this. I did most of it, which is an improvement over last week where I did pretty much nothing. How long you been sitting like that, Jerry? Jerry's up here, and thought he was sleeping, but I just looked over and he was like kind of giving me the side eye. I'm like, how long have you been doing that? I was kind of mad that I turned the studio lights on, so I put a pillow like kind of blocking it from him, so now he's happy. Also, something else with the medicine, trigger warning if you have an eating disorder or something. I didn't put it at the beginning of the video because I didn't think I was going to be talking about it, but I just remembered it. So with the medicine, the Vyvanse is also a treatment for binge eating disorder. I definitely see why, because like if I didn't eat breakfast before I took it, I probably wouldn't eat for the rest of the day. And normally I don't have a problem with that. Like, I eat a lot. If I'm not like busy or like hyper focused on something. If I'm hyper focused though, like on a normal day, forget it. But also another problem with the like interoception is feeling hunger. And somebody was talking about this on TikTok, and I was like, oh my gosh, that explains. So people with autism or other neurodivergency often can misinterpret things, like I was saying before, and I don't really like know what the I'm hungry feeling feels like. I just like I have hypoglycemia, which tells me that my blood sugar, like I can feel if my blood sugar is kind of starting to get low, because I'll feel a little bit weak and maybe my hands will start getting a little shaky, and then I will, you know, just need to go eat something. But aside from that, I don't really feel hunger. And I had problems with that a couple years ago because I was having like stress-induced, pretty sure like acid reflux, and I didn't know how to explain how I was feeling with like the acid reflux kind of thing, because I know now that it was triggered by both stress and certain things I was eating. Like I cannot eat anything with tomatoes or with like peppers, like any kind of, even bell peppers, tear my stomach up. So, and then like coffee, I drank so, like in my early 20s, I drank so many energy drinks, like at least one a day, if not more. Which one a day is not like a ton, but that's every single day. And then my stomach was like, I was having stomach pains like to where I could barely even stand up. And I did not know how to explain it to my doctor. I was like, is this hunger pains? Like, what is happening? So basically just explained it as like a sharp pain in my stomach. And they were like, oh, that's acid reflux. So my family doctor gave me omeprazole, which I think is a Prilosec. I can't remember. Some kind of, I know you can get it over the counter. He gave me like an over the counter dosage but prescription, which was nice because it was like free with my insurance, so I didn't have to pay like the over the counter price. But then it didn't get better with that. And I went to a gastroenterologist, and they gave me like a stronger dose of the omeprazole. Still didn't really get better, but I was like, you know what, this is not working, so I just stopped taking it and left it at that. Like I didn't bother with going back, because the gastroenterologist was like, well, you're kind of too young for us to do like a scope, whatever that's called, where they look inside of your stomach. And I was like, well, thank you, because I don't really want to do that anyways. Then once I removed the stressor from my life, disappeared. So it had to have been stress induced. But that was just so weird. Like I just now put that together. Like I didn't know what hunger pains felt like, or like, I don't know. Not necessarily like hunger pain, because I've never in my life have I been like that hungry, but I just didn't know what it felt like, because I ate to like satisfy my feeling like my blood sugar was low, and that's how I felt like I was hungry. But also I know that I'm hungry if I get like angry, because I definitely get pretty hangry. I don't know what's going on with my brows. They're kind of okay. I don't know. It's like if I don't do makeup for a little while, the brows are difficult. I found myself turning to a lot of snacks or like pre-made stuff, because if I had to like cook a full meal, then I would not eat anything, because I don't know how to explain really why. Like kind of too lazy to cook, but also if you don't feel hungry but you know you need to eat, you're not going to put effort in, you know what I mean? But also something I have been doing the past several days, like 4 or 5 days now. I've been prepping for this video that I'm about to film next, and I am like excited about it and also nervous. I'm not excited about the subject matter, but kind of nervous. That's why I filmed this video and I'm posting it. Hopefully I'm posting it the day that I'm filming, if I can get it done, to keep my like Tuesday, Friday schedule. I didn't want to just like spring Friday's video on you because it's way different from my normal kind of content. It's more like journalistic, like investigative kind of, like I wanted to do it like Bailey Sarian style, where you put like the murder mystery makeup or whatever, and like I do my makeup, but I have a script that's like 10 pages long, and I cannot read a script with my glasses off because I just can't see. So that would not be good. I'd be like, and da-da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, that would not work. But this video, I haven't posted anything about it on my like main Instagram, but I found out through TikTok about this place called the Judge Rotenberg Center. And you may have heard of it already. It's been in the news several times, but I don't know how. I feel like I'd heard of it before, but I didn't really register like what was happening or something. I don't know. But basically I don't want YouTube to like suppress this video either. Basically the FDA ruled in their favor that they can continue to use electric shock devices on their students, and their students are 90% Black or Hispanic and are all like special needs of some sort, even though I hate that term special needs, but that's basically like what the school system calls it. They all either have like autism or some kind of like emotional disorders or intellectual disorders. They're supposed to only use that device on like students who are very like aggressive or like injure themselves, and that's not the case. They use it on like anybody they can, pretty much. So what did I say about the FDA? So the FDA banned that device in last year in 2020 sometime, but then they got the FDA to overturn the ban just a few days ago, like a week ago, I think. It's messed up. So I basically, what the video is going to be about, I did a huge deep dive of like the whole history of the place. Like the guy who founded it in, I think they've been open for 50 years now, like so back in the 70s, like how it all started, and about the actual device itself and what it does. So that's why I wanted to do this video today, because I'm posting that one on Friday, so I want to like prepare you and not just like, here you go, here's a random video. Like I want to kind of explain a little bit. But the reason why it's important, if you want to get like a head start, there are 2 pieces of legislation and also a petition to shut the place the heck down. If you are in, somehow, if you're watching this and you're in, like you live in your constituent of Massachusetts, where the place is located, there's a bill in the Massachusetts House of Representatives that will ban basically any school from torturing students that you wouldn't be allowed to do to a non-disabled student. So I don't know why that wasn't a thing in the first place, but it's there. And through my research, I have found that up until 2019, one of the Massachusetts state representatives had a nephew that attended the school, and he actually lobbied, like worked for, not really like worked for as in like they employed him, but like he helped the school in the government by allowing them to keep doing that. And his nephew was a student. So, but anyways, if you're in Massachusetts somehow or you know somebody that is, then contact your representative and ask them to support House Resolution. I'll have it in the description box, but I'm pretty sure it's 225 or 255, something like that. And I don't know, I know that California has stuff like that on the ballot for like the people to vote for. Other states do that. I don't know. I'm not like the most astute in governmental things, but anyway, so if you are in the US at all, then you can contact your representatives. It's in Congress right now. There's a bill to ban seclusion and restraint in federally funded schools, and the Judge Rotenberg Center is federally funded. So ask your state representatives to support CASA, K-A-S-S-A, the Keeping All Students Safe Act. And I contacted my congressman, and his office called me yesterday and said that they were going to review it. So fingers crossed. Because all of the sponsors of this bill are Democratic and my congressman is a Republican, so I'm not sure how that works, like if he's allowed to sponsor it if he's a Republican, or if it's only Democrats at this point. I'm not sure how it works. Hopefully that it will get somewhere. And the thing is, like when you write your representatives, don't just do like those copy and paste things. I mean, like if you're not able to write out like a personal thing, but you know, copy and paste is better than nothing, but like actually take the time to like tell your story if you have a story that relates to it, or you know, something like that. So I told a bit of my story and how I was recently diagnosed with autism and how I have a cousin who is, and how that would have affected us, asking for their, like sincerely asking for their support instead of like yelling at them, pretty much. Also, another piece of legislation, if you are in a letter writing mood, or there's also a way you can text this one as well. It's the SSI reform bill. Not to get, I can turn this thing like political. So if you didn't know, or maybe if you're not from the US, the United States disability funds, or SSI supplemental something income Basically, like if you're unable to work, you would receive SSI. The system, like just like everything else in the States, is jacked. Like if you're on SSI, you can't have more than $2,000 in your bank account, and you can't, like if you wanted to get like a part-time job, there's a limit on how much money you can make from it. And then you can't get married if you're on SSI because you would lose your benefits, because that would mean that you have to, like your income, your spouse's income would become your income, so then you'd automatically be disqualified. So people on SSI can't get married. But this new bill, the SSI restoration, would allow marriage with SSI, and you could have up to $10,000 in your account, which is still like not much. Like if you're saving up for retirement, you're going to need more than $10,000. It also raises the cap on how much you can earn if you're like gainfully employed. Because like so many people on SSI and stuff will have like side jobs that they only do in cash. They can't like, put the money in their bank account. Like they might store it in their mattress or something, but like those amounts, like the payments that you get on the SSI itself, like are way below the poverty line. But the thing is, those numbers were figured out in the 80s. So what was considered poverty line in the 80s, way different than it actually is now, even though it's the same number, because it hasn't been recalculated. They're all of the like inflation and depression, like this been the same the entire time. And that one is actually on ResistBot, so you can text, I'm pretty sure it's PSLOAE. I'll put it on the screen over here. PSLOAE, and then text that to 50409, which is ResistBot. If you haven't texted with them before, like if you have, they have your information already, but it's basically just a bot service that's totally free that will, if you give them your information, I think you have to give them your name and your address and I think your email address, and they will look up for you who your representatives are and then send like emails, or I think they're either email or they like fax them, but they'll do it totally like for you and totally free. But that's going to be, like I said, it's more effective if you're able to write like a more personalized kind of message to your representatives, but it's better than nothing. Like I saw another thing on TikTok that was like showing how owning a home is not discouraged if you're on SSI, which is not enough to pay for rent anywhere. Like you would be able to make, I don't even think you'd be able to make a rent payment, let alone any other food or bills or anything. So but like if you have something that goes wrong with your house, like you need a new roof or a new water heater, like, and you're only allowed to have $2,000 saved up, that's not going to cover anything. Any kind of home repair, $2,000 is not going to cover it. So it looks way darker on my eyes, like, than when I put my glasses on. So darken that up a little bit. So that's what the next video is going to be about, that the Judge Rottenberg Center, and I would appreciate if you would watch it. And if it's not your thing, like it's definitely, I do have like a major content warning at the beginning of it because it's pretty intense. I'm not going to be using, there is footage on YouTube of like inside of the center when like that they used in court cases. Like that's really the only way that they had footage leaked. But I'm not going to include any of that just because I can't watch it myself. And like when I was first reading about it and stuff, like I could not, like I did a shorter video about it on TikTok, but I hadn't even like really researched it yet, like knew exactly what was going on. But I was unable to speak because it was just like making me so angry. So now I think that I've like read over my script 100 times, and it's like I had to write a script for a 3-minute TikTok and I could barely read it. Like I had to stop in the middle and be like, my face is getting red because I'm angry. But like this success, I want as many people to see that as possible. I was debating putting it on like a separate channel where I talk about stuff like that, but I think new channels on YouTube, you don't automatically get the ability to do like a custom thumbnail or videos over like 10 minutes, I think. I could be wrong, but I don't want to risk that, so I'm just putting it on this channel. But like the success of that video, or any video really, depends on your subscribers watching it and like interacting or watching for more than a few seconds. That's why I wanted to warn you so you didn't like what the heck is this? I also have seen brand new channels, like with only one video, get like a viral one that shows up on the YouTube, like the homepage or like the trending or whatever. So I don't know if I'm shooting myself in the foot by posting it here, because like most of you guys are here for makeup, but then also I have a lot of inactive followers because I did something really dumb. I didn't buy followers, but our subscribers, I mean. Several years ago, there was when they changed the roles to be like in the YouTube Partner Program where you could get monetized, and you had to have 1,000 subscribers and like 4,000 hours of watch time. So on Reddit, there was a subreddit called like Sub Your Fellow Redditor, and a bunch of people subscribed from that, but they, like that's kind of pointless because you want subscribers that are going to follow and interact with your content, and those people did not. So there's a bunch of people that are just following me that don't watch my videos, but I can't do anything about it because YouTube doesn't let you see like a full list of your subscribers, because some people's lists are private, unless I'm wrong, I don't know, but I know on Instagram you can see all of your followers and then like remove somebody if you don't want them there, or if they're like really inactive, or if it's like a spam account or something. But YouTube, you can't do that. Problem with that is, with any social media, like they pretty much all work kind of the same way. Or namely, I'm thinking about like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, pretty similar as far as like how they push out your content. So they'll show it to a portion of your followers first, and then if your followers like it, then they'll show it to more people, like more of your followers and like people that don't follow you. So if your followers don't interact or don't watch, then your video doesn't go anywhere, or your Instagram post or whatever, because they only want to show people things that they want to see. And you know, if nobody wants to see this, then it's not going to go anywhere. And then on TikTok, my videos and like other people's as well, like I've noticed, I've gone through other autistic creators like accounts or people that have talked about it, about the Judge Rottenberg Center situation, and TikTok is not showing their videos. I mean, it could be that people aren't interacting, or it could be that those hashtags are banned, like there's hashtag Stop the Shock and other ones, I can't remember the other ones they've been using, but they just might be banning those hashtags and then not promoting videos that have them. Just like Stop the Shock is probably not going to trend on Twitter, even though if you search it on Twitter, there's a bunch of posts. Something else with that medicine too, I feel really, really thirsty, and it's been fun. So I bought this cup. Okay, so if you've seen my videos, I always like change out. I have a different squishmallow up here every video, every day that I film. And so I'm like pretty into squishmallows. I'm not going to turn my camera around because they're not really organized. There's like a whole shelf of them like adjacent to that dresser. But I was like, I need something because I have that giant purple water bottle that's really, really heavy. And I have to like unscrew the lid every time, and it's kind of annoying. So I needed something easier to drink out of. So I found somebody on Mercari was selling these like personalized Squishmallows cups. So I got one. I think their Mercari got shut down and they're on Etsy now. I'll link their Etsy if I remember, but they do like custom Squishmallows ones and like maybe Hello Kitty and stuff too. So I really like the goat ones, so I got them to do goats and then like the skulls in the different colors. And then they did my name. So like I dislike this font, but I didn't ask them. They were like, do you want your name on it? And I was like, sure. And I didn't really notice what font it was, but I just, now it's like kind of ironic, I guess. So, but I drink so much more out of a cup like this than I do like one of those reusable water bottles that you have to like screw the lid off. So if you are on medication that makes you really, really thirsty, I highly recommend to keep like a straw cup around, because it's easy to just, you know, instead of having to unscrew the lid and then like both hands with one of those reusable water bottles. Oh, I was like, I'm not done yet, am I? No, I'm not. I've not used this lip liner yet, I don't think. very dark. I'm used to using a nude one. Okay, let's hope this stays for my video, because the next one is going to be like, I'm going to be talking for a long time. I just hope I don't realize like halfway through that it's coming off. Thoughts about the stuff I tried today. So the powder, okay, I don't notice that it's oxidizing or anything. Like, I feel like the shade is pretty close to my neck. Like here is the natural color of it. Then I have like bronzer and stuff like on my cheek, but like here is pretty close. And I went really, really lightly with it. I didn't cake it on, and this is like a specifically mattifying powder, so you wouldn't really have to like cake it on to get it to stay. So I had been hesitant to recommend that other Milani powder, the Prep Set Glow or the Prep Set Go, because it only came in one shade, but this one comes in multiple, so if this one like actually works out and like I tested it out a few more times, this would be a good option if you're not a ghost like me. And this e.l.f. Chipotle palette is pretty good. I think this is like with e.l.f.'s newer formula, and I really, really like it. It's discontinued. It was like a super, super limited edition, but if they re-release this somehow, get it, because it's pretty good. And this Milani Lip Liner, I love this formula. It has never really steered me wrong, and I use like the nude one and the one in Spice. I think I have a few more too. Can't remember. But this one's good if you need a red one. And I know the Bordeaux, I want to say the actual red one is not vegan, but I could be wrong. There's something that they have that's red, it's not vegan. I know this one is. I don't remember. So it's been so long, like I am totally disconnected from the makeup community because I've like haven't been on my makeup Instagram and haven't been looking at anything. I haven't even really been looking at makeup videos, so if you make videos and they're about makeup, I'm sorry. I haven't been watching. I love this formula of the KVD XOXO, or the XO Lip Cream Vinyl. XO Vinyl Lip Cream. I have the nude colors as well. I was kind of scared of this. That's why I put the lip liner on first, so hopefully this stays pretty well. The nude ones do really well, so I would think this one is also. And this one does stain. I've already found that out because it stained my fingers trying to like fix. So that was it for today. Stay tuned for my video that's coming on Friday, or the next one that I post if you're watching this like far in the future. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss seeing my face in your subscription box. I do videos hopefully from here on out, Tuesday and Friday, like normal. Took a break there because of my medication and of being all screwed up, but hopefully I'm back to somewhat of a schedule, and I will see you guys in Friday's video. Bye.